Let's get outside with live cam. Let's just go outside. Forget all this. Let's just go out there and do it.
And look how much it's warmed up.
That's nice.
It's impressive.
One perfect day.
It is a beautiful day, and I've had a lot of people ask me, Sarah, can I take back out my plants and can I uncover the plants? Yes, absolutely, because we're not going to have any more freezing mornings this week, or honestly, I haven't seen much that would indicate we would have a freezing morning through at least close to Christmas. So again, let those plants get a little sunshine. Outside right now, it is 59 degrees, but temperatures are quickly warming into the 60s after a chilly morning at 31 in San Antonio. Dew points are in the 20s. Humidity is only at 20%. And it is going to be sunny for the remainder of the afternoon. 64 at 3, 65 for the high. And then tonight, quickly cooling if you have Monday night plans. Temperatures are going to cool to 44 by 12, but we are not going to be getting to freezing tomorrow morning. No more freezes this week at all for us. And clouds return tomorrow. That'll be the first indication that humidity will be rising, and we'll start to have rain chances Wednesday, but definitely by Friday. Looks like we could have some showers and even a few storms. I'll show you what rainfall totals and potential will look like coming up in just a bit. David, Ursula.
Thank you, Sarah. A new Wall Street Journal poll showing former President Donald Trump is not only dominating other primary candidates, but winning the presidency away from President Biden. The Journal reporting that in a hypothetical matchup, Trump beats President Biden 47-43. But even if Trump doesn't run, polling shows Biden would lose to the current Republican frontrunner as well. Former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley polled ahead of Biden by an even wider margin than Trump. The next candidate, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, meantime, staking his claim as the conservative in the race.
You have Donald Trump, who's obviously moved left, is not even really putting in the work to earn people's votes. And then you have Nikki Haley, who's appealing to even very liberal Democrat donors.
The Iowa caucus is set to begin on Monday, January 15th.
A man behind bars today as investigation into a 16-year-old deaths continue. Edna police announcing that they arrested 23-year-old Rafael Romero, who's undocumented, and charged him with capital murder in the death of Elizabeth Medina. DPS records show that Romero was born in Mexico, but the circumstances of the killing and how investigators track Romero is still unknown. Police have not said if there was any previous relationship between Medina and Romero or if the attack was a random incident. Police say Elizabeth's mother went to watch her and her cheerleading squad in a Christmas parade, but when the teen never showed up, her mother said she went searching for her and ultimately found her unresponsive in a bathtub in their apartment. Meanwhile, Medina's family, loved ones, and the entire Edna community are still reeling in shock over this tragedy just weeks before the holidays. Elizabeth's mother says she was a cheerleader at her high school and that she loved and cared for everyone she met.
A Texas mother's legal fight to get an abortion in this state is getting heated. Attorney General Ken Paxton fighting a lower court ruling that allowed the woman to get an emergency abortion. But as ABC's Justin Finch reports, the state Supreme Court has now stepped into the mix as well.
31-year-old Kate Cox awaiting an answer from the Texas Supreme Court.
There's no outcome here, that results in us taking home a healthy baby girl.
The 20 weeks pregnant Dallas mother of two filing suit for an emergency abortion in one of the most restrictive abortion states in the nation. She says her doctors told her that her fetus has a severe condition called trisomy 18 and is unlikely to survive. Cox saying those doctors warned continuing to carry the pregnancy could also jeopardize her health.
Time is of the essence. The clock is ticking. Every day that goes by, the risks to her health and life and future fertility increase.
Outside the Texas Supreme Courthouse, protesters supporting Cox, rallying after the all-Republican court paused the lower court's ruling approving Cox's emergency abortion request. The state's top prosecutor appealing to the higher court to intervene.
Plaintiffs have not shown that they will suffer an immediate and irreparable injury.
In a court filing, Attorney General Ken Paxton writing Cox's fetal condition does not meet the medical exception in the state's law banning abortions except if the woman's life is at risk or if it prevents irreversible damage to major bodily function. Paxton also threatening any doctor or hospital, saying that they would face legal consequences if they helped her terminate her pregnancy. Texas is one of 21 states enforcing abortion restrictions since Roe v. Wade was overturned last year. The Cox case and another from Kentucky now among the first cases of pregnant women seeking court orders for abortions since Roe. In Louisville, a pregnant Jane Doe plaintiff seeking an abortion has filed a class action lawsuit arguing Kentucky's near total abortion ban violates rights under the state constitution. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Back here at home, I want to get you ready for a big event coming up tomorrow. There's going to be a mega mobile food distribution. It's going to be hosted by Harvey Najum and the San Antonio Food Bank. Tomorrow's event's going to go from 9 till 11 in the morning at SAISD's Alamo Stadium. Now, it's targeted at serving low-income households with children, and you are encouraged to register beforehand, and you can do so through the food bank.
Still ahead, 2023 might be remembered by some as the year of the deadly tornado. How many touched down? And the last time we saw this many. Next.
But first, how one local woman is using pageantry to help support our troops overseas. A San Antonio woman bringing a World Beauty Pageant title to the Alamo City.
KSAT12 producer Haley Powers with why the new Mrs. United World 2024 truly can represent our city to the rest of the world.
The title of Mrs. United World has come to the Alamo City. Jenny Sawatsky received the honor earlier this year. It's a new international pageant organization crowning their first winner in 2021.
Since it is a newer system, we're in our third year, so I'm like the third Mrs. United World.
The pageant has 4 areas of competition: photogenic, onstage interview, swimsuit, and evening gown. But Sawatsky says it's about more than just appearance.
When we do swimsuit and evening gown, they're not judging you on your body. They're judging you on your confidence. It doesn't matter your background, what you look like, who you love, your political beliefs. It's very accepting and inclusive of all.
As Mrs. United World 2024, Sawatsky will be working with local nonprofits. And as a military spouse, she is passionate about helping those who serve our country. One of the ways she helps is by volunteering with Operation Gratitude. Through the nonprofit, she helps collect items and put them into a care package for deployed troops.
My spouse is military, so it's one of the huge reasons why I got involved with the program, and it having a home base here in San Antonio means that I get to be a lot more invested and involved in the program.
Sawatsky is no stranger to pageant life. She has competed in Miss America and performed in many countries. She says the things she's learned in competition can help you beyond the stage.
If you're curious about doing pageants, I say go for it, jump out, because you never know what you're going to learn about yourself.
Haley Powers, KSAT12 News.
Beautiful day outside right now. Tons of sunshine and low humidity.
I was about to say, now we turn to our own weather beauty queen.
Oh, well, thank you,
There you go.
Ursula. I appreciate that.
You just need a little tiara.
See, there's beauty everywhere, outside, inside.
Yeah, David, you
Over.
got beauty in your heart. My
Oh,
Thank
Lord.
you.
Molds are low at 420. Mountain cedar is low at 30. Well, we are going to be talking about how by Wednesday through Friday, we'll have some damp conditions. I'll show you how much rainfall we could get coming up.
Tornadoes ripping through 7 states over the weekend, destroying property and leaving many people homeless just before the holidays. Preliminary reports show at least 29 tornadoes touched down just this weekend. A deadly EF3 tornado hit the town of Clarksville, Tennessee. At least 3 people died there, including a child. But crews are still searching for survivors. Winds of more than 100 miles an hour hit Kentucky as well.
Next thing I know, all you hear is stuff started flying, glass was breaking.
Now that the storm system moved out of the country, the cold is settling in. Parts of the Northeast are already seeing up to 8 inches of snow, and in Tennessee, they're going to be dealing with below freezing morning temperatures, as we did here this morning. But they're having to clean up from tornadoes, too.
Yeah, and after this weekend, the number of deadly tornadoes this year in the United States alone is up to 26. That is the most seen in a single year since 2011, when more than 550 people died in more than 50 deadly tornadoes. This year, tornadoes have killed 82 people in 12 different states. Mississippi has seen the most deaths with 24. Tennessee follows that with now 16.
Very rough weekend, Sarah, for some folks.
Absolutely. And you know, thankfully, those tornadoes that moved through San Antonio a month and a half ago or so were very, very weak. EF0 tornadoes. The one in north of Nashville was rated an EF3, so a much stronger tornado up there. Now, this morning was very cold. Take a look at this morning's lows. 31 in San Antonio, 28 in Bernie, 27 in Bandera, 27 in Rio Medina, and 25 in Kerrville. This, my friends, is the coldest we have been since February 1st, when we had our last freeze of last winter. That is 313 days. A cold start to the day, but here's the thing. You will not have to worry about another freeze for quite some time. This is a look at morning lows, and as you can see, it's going to be a little bit warmer in the morning. Still on the cool side, but a little bit warmer. Tomorrow will be at 40 degrees to start the day, and then by Wednesday through Friday, our morning lows will be in the 50s as we see a chance for rain return to the forecast. For the rest of the afternoon, sunny skies. Temperatures are going to be at 65 by about 4 o'clock, and then this evening, quickly cooling. We'll be in the 40s by 9, and after midnight in the low to mid 40s as well. So it is going to be a cool evening, but not as cold as it was this morning. Outside right now, it's 59 degrees. The thing that is making us warm up very quickly is this very dry air in place. Dew points are in the 20s outside. That is desert air, very, very dry. You need a little extra chapstick weather outside right now. But as we look at the humidity forecast, very dry today, but we will be seeing a slight increase in the dew points, especially Wednesday through Friday when we have our next chance for rain. And I want to show you that futurecast. By early tomorrow, we'll still have some clouds out there. It isn't until the evening that we'll start to see clouds really roll in, and then it will become overcast for most of Wednesday. By Wednesday morning, a few areas of drizzle are possible, and I think Wednesday is really just going to be a gray and damp day. Not a lot of rainfall, maybe a few hundredths of an inch from some damp conditions out there, but it is going to be a fairly gray day, about 40% coverage. And then by Friday, that's when our rain chances really start to tick up. And the reason for that is there's going to be a trough of low pressure moving across the United States. Unlike with the last system, we're going to have more moisture in place this time. And so even though the main center of energy will be focused in parts of North Texas, we're going to be on the tail end of that. We've got some energy, we've got some moisture. That equals a chance for rain. Now, as far as rainfall totals go, more rainfall up to the north, but here in San Antonio, we could see potentially up to an inch of rain. Anywhere from half an inch to an inch of rain is possible, mainly on Friday, with slightly higher totals across the hill country, drainage area of the Edwards Aquifer into the catchment area. We could use a good drink of water in that aquifer. It's nearly 30 feet below the average for this time of year. So looking forward to the week, that's our next thing to keep track of, is the rain chances, perhaps even a rumble of thunder on Friday as well. We'll be able to refine that forecast as we get closer to Friday. Just enjoy the sunshine while it lasts, because again, by Wednesday, it's going to be cloudy with some dampness. Temperatures are going to be cool this week, highs in the 50s and 60s.
Thank you, Sarah.
Hey, the Spurs are just one win away, one loss away. I was getting you excited with that. One loss away from, no, actually they're one win away from stopping bad history. How about that?
There you go.
How about the positive side?
Yeah, this path needs to change. Plus, what scammers are doing this holiday season to get money off your gift cards when you purchase them at the store. The National Retail Federation issuing a new warning about gift card scams. ABC's Laura Spencer explains what scammers are doing now to try to get your money.
there is a scratch tab that's at the top of the card that you scratch away that has a code on it.
Officials with a new warning for holiday shoppers about gift card scams.
A community member that was trying to return a gift card or try to get their money back on a gift card because they found that it was cut.
The latest incident in California prompting officers to take to social media, showing how the scam works.
And what they do is they heat up these envelopes to where they can open them as carefully as they can, remove the card, and actually cut the top of the card off.
That top of the card holding the code that gives a person access to the amount of money put on it. The thief then puts the gift card back in the envelope, reseals it, and places it back on shelves. Nicole Randall from Ohio says in 2021, she bought her husband a $100 Amazon gift card for Christmas, but when they opened the packaging, the card was cut in half.
There was a small slit in the side of the jacket, the Amazon jacket, and what they did was they slid in that small barcode to the other half of card that they had, and then put it right over top the actual card that was in their barcode. So then when we scanned it and loaded the money, it actually was put on the gift card that the other scammer had the other half of.
And that's just one way gift card scams work. The New Britain Township Police Department in Pennsylvania reporting more than 100 gift cards were recently compromised at a local grocery store. This time, scammers tampering with the protective cover in the store to get the number off the back of the card. Police warning shoppers to be on the lookout this holiday season.
Either feel for the entire card, it should be the same size as a credit card, or with the permission of the store, when you go up to purchase these, as you're purchasing them, remove them from these folders.
Those are some very good bits of advice. And here's some more. FedEx, this Wednesday is the deadline for ground economy mailings. Deadline for home delivery and ground is just this Friday.
So as you see there, if you go on USPS, post office, Saturday, ground advantage and first class mails when you want to get it done. Friday, priority mail express and military service. And then UPS, you can check online for ground shipping for that one at ups.com CTC. So get your shopping done and get those packages out so they get there on time. Not exactly what a lot of us thought the Spurs season would look like after drafting Victor Wembanyama back in June. We're 21 games into the Spurs season, and there are a lot of words to describe the season so far. Poor, sad, inadequate, disappointing. You pick one. Friday night, the Spurs lost at home 121-112. The Chicago Bulls, that loss tied a franchise record for consecutive losses at 16. Tonight's game against another young squad and Houston Rockets. That could be the game that breaks the streak. Or it sets a new franchise record with 17 consecutive losses. Wembanyama has a positive outlook on things, though, adapting to each new matchup.
You know, we've got many guys who can shoot the ball and who can make baskets, but it's, you know, we adapt it. Every game is different, every matchup is different, and we got to take advantage of it all.
So let's hope the outcome tonight is also different. So here's a look at the schedule. They're at Houston tonight, 7 o'clock. And then look at this. LeBron James and the Lakers are coming to San Antonio for 2 in a row. We get them Wednesday, and then we get them Friday. And then it's the New Orleans Pelicans. So there you go. There's some home games for you. So it's going to be tough. But, hey, if they beat one of these teams and break the streak, then that's a good thing because these are some good teams.
Where are we at? 16?
16 in a row. Yes, ties last year's record of 16 in a row.
Ouch.
Yep. Oh, am I supposed to sing this?
I don't know. Please don't.
Okay. Oh, Christmas tree, only 2 weeks until Christmas. And if you don't have your tree up yet, SA Live has pointers for you.
You're welcome. Mike and Fiona at Historic Market Square.
Could have been good.
Are you going to sing us in, guys?
We promise you we won't be singing. He might, though. I can't stop him during the show. I knew it.
Anyway.
Speaking of Christmas and decorating, our good friend Stephanie Pena Frost is here with a decorating trend that's really easy to do.
So you take a piece of ribbon, just a simple ribbon, and you loop it over once. You squish it. You take a branch of an artificial tree, or you can wire if you don't have it, and then you just kind of just tuck it in.
Okay. And Stephanie decorated our tree, which we're going to show you in a second. And is it going to be artificial or real? And Valerie's here with some cookies.
And we're going to be baking Spirits Bright. We've even got something sweet for those on the naughty list.
And she's got a great deal for her cookie kits as well.
Well, Kelly, all about those insider deals as well.